Dear friends, as we come out of lockdown this week, and I would like to say thank you on behalf of One Vision to all the volunteers across Watford, Hertfordshire, UK, and throughout the world. What a fantastic job you have done to look after our community. And I would like to personally thank you for this wonderful effort. And I'm sure you will be continuing to do this amazing work to look after your community. There are many questions asked, especially to me, what is community means and how to mend fractured community. Community means being conscious of life, to recognize it, yours and mine, and all the diversity, being aware of all the possible lives that could live in a community, from a newborn child to people struggling financially, to people living in great affluence or a homeless person, that are all part and parcel of the community. For me, community presupposes any equality of life. We are all entitled to a good life, and community also means diversity, unashamedly so. But not forced, from culture to language, to ethnicity to religion. It also means reaching out, but not living in isolated communities, I suppose. Communities within communities, in a way. What better symbol of the common community to bring people out than public spaces? The common ground, literally speaking, and from the great spaces of the great squares of the world, or the small courtyard tucked away in our communities. Community for me is a work in progress, becoming more than social, spiritual. That's why I love the phrase community spirit. I want to speak how to mend fractured communities, and what a time to be asking this question when we are coming out of this pandemic in United Kingdom. We face many challenges, and we should not be ashamed of calling out those challenges or afraid of calling out those challenges, from racism to discrimination to a lack of investment in our communities. All these forces and many others undermined the community spirit that we all wanted to foster, I hope. And not undermining, create otherwise. The identity complex is it where in ourselves creates a hypnosis over which we have to free ourselves individually as a community. And the way to do that, for me, on a personal level, is dialogue. I learned that from my late mother, an interreligious dialogue pioneer. And it's a gateway to a mutual mission to listen, to be heard, to understand, to move beyond tolerance. I like the word tolerance. Let us tolerate. Let's live in a tolerant society. But for me, tolerance also implies some resistance that is being tolerated, which people can exploit and divide. For me, we need to be moved beyond tolerance, to be with each other. And that to me is a better exemplified through dialogue. And finally, on a personal level, while that's on a communal level to deal with fractured communities, in myself and in my heart, I resolved the conflict, I suppose, some years ago. And it was by a set of phrases, terms that arrived in my mind. That led to a way of living, of thinking, which was to cling identities in myself lightly, not tightly. and to know that I am informed by those identities, but they are not essentially who I am, what I am, and what we are. We will learn that. That's where the journey begins, I suppose. To know each other, back to the common ground, back to community spirit, to dialogue. And I'm sure that as one vision, as one voice, we are uniting the communities together to mend all the divisions what we had so far in our life, in our community. Let's all come together for a common goal and to look after our neighbors, our friends, our family members. Unite as a community. Let us not divide ourselves, no matter what religion, race, creed we are. But one thing I will say, we all are human beings. And this is the challenging time we should be coming together. Thank you so much for listening. I love Hertfordshire.